Creating groups is now very easy with ARES Commander Edition 2014. We just select some entities, right-click, and from EntityGroup we choose QuickGroup. In turn, to ungroup the entities, we do just the opposite. That is, select the group, right-click, and choose Quick Ungroup. These commands also appear in the ribbon. Creating groups is very quick and easy this way. We can use the Quick Group icon, select entities, and press Enter, and we've created a new group. If you compare groups and blocks, one difference is that blocks have an insertion point while groups don't. But the most important difference is that when you create a block and make copies or new insertions of this block, all the block occurrences are related to the same block. If we redefine the block, all the block insertions in the drawing will be updated and redrawn. This will not happen with a group. Each copy of a group will remain independent, and any change we make to a group will not affect its copies. When we create a group, we can treat it as a single entity. Let's make a copy as an example. If you perform a mirror of this group, you can see that the text in the group is also mirrored. To correct this, I can do the following. Use the command Pick Style to enable or disable group selection. It is currently on, so let's switch it off by clicking the icon. Now we can work with the entities that belong to the group. That's how we can fix both texts. We select Mirror and mirror the text about its center point. When ARES asks us if the first object should be removed, we enter Yes. Now let's make a mirror of the next text. We switch the group selection on from the ribbon. Now, when we fly the cursor over the group, we can see that the texts are also highlighted, indicating that they still belong to the group. Let's switch Pick Style again to do another test. We'll make a copy of an element belonging to the group. For example, one of these elements. The first entity belongs to the group. This second entity, the copy, is not in the group. Therefore, if we activate the group selection and fly the cursor over the group, we see that the copied item is shown separately from the rest. Now pay attention to the group below this group. We disable the group selection again. Now let's mirror the text, but using different methods. For this text, we will mirror the entity about its center, keeping the original text. So we choose No in the command line. For the second one, we will mirror answering Yes to delete the original entity. So mirroring may be used as a kind of copy. When we perform a mirror and decide to remove the original entity, it's like using the Move command. ARES considers the resulting text object to be the same but rotated about its axis. But if we use the Mirror command and keep the original entity, ARES believes that the result is a copy of the original entity. As a result, the original is kept in the group, while the copy is considered a separate object which doesn't belong to the group. This is just like earlier, when we copied an entity of the group and this copy was not considered to be in the group. In this first case, we performed a mirror and kept both entities. The original is still in the group, while the copy isn't. Now we'll remove the original text because its position is incorrect. and we keep the new text, now readable. Let's move this text a little to the right. In this case, remember we have removed the original object. Notice that for ARES, it is as if this is the same original object. Now let's enable group selection from the ribbon. Flying the mouse over the group, we see that this text is highlighted, but not the other one, simply because ARES considers the upper text is new and is not a member of the group, the same as in the previous example. Finally, let's take a look at the EntityGroup Edit command. With this command, we can add items in a group. For that, click on the icon, select the group you want to modify. In the command line, choose Add by typing A and pressing Enter. We select the entities and press Enter. Now, when you fly over the group, you will see that they all belong to the group. In previous versions, when we wanted to create a group, we had to use the command EntityGroup. That brings up this dialog box where you can choose New, then select Entities. Press Enter. Enter a name and a description for the group. Press OK. A new group is created. But when you create a QuickGroup, ARES automatically assigns a default name to the group. We can also use the same command to show us the unnamed groups. Unnamed groups are assigned a letter followed by a consecutive number. Using Edit, we can change the description. Using Highlight, we can highlight a chosen group in the drawing. But we can't rename a group here, at least from this dialog box. To change the name, you must use the Edit Entity Group command we met earlier. After selecting the command, choose the group you want to edit. From the command line, you can choose Rename, typing REN and pressing Enter. It was called Star A27. Now we'll rename it as Tower. If we return to the Entity Group command, you now see that the group is called Tower and may add a description. Creating groups is now very easy with ARES Commander Edition 2014.